What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Generation Zero for my 30 Days of Traps. For my second last trap here, I'm going to be going off to the final location in the game, the FOA facility. And I'm going to be trying my best to see how I could lay out explosives intelligently in this location, so that way you can turn the whole outside area of the FOA facility into a giant bomb. So, I think that this is going to be a great kind of penultimate trap here, and will serve a lot of purpose for people that are potentially coming towards the end of the game, or if you're coming off to the FOA facility simply just to farm up some resources. So, I just gotta say before we get into actually laying this trap that I kinda wish that I had more time to put into these traps. I feel like the last few traps that I've come up with have not been up to my standard of quality. But on the other hand, I'm not beating myself up over it too much just because this was initially planned as filler content because I definitely didn't expect Alpine Unrest to be dropping when it did. But I do think that this has been a good little bit of science here in the game and a good little bit of a breath of fresh air for me to just kind of flex some of my creative muscles here. So I think that the way I'm going to go about trapping this entire facility is going to start off here with Von Ulmer's car. I think that that is a kind of key point to focus on here and will be a good way to kind of initiate this entire trap. Alright, so I've got this pretty much laid out here. So it's going to be starting off at Von Ulmer's car and ending off over at this science building here. There's a lot of EMPs that can be triggered in this area, so I think that that's going to add to the final result here at the end. And I've kind of chained it through cars and the various resources around this area. And I've got a couple bombs coming over this way to hopefully activate some of the explosives inside of this little industrial building here. So for the final kind of location-based trap, I thought we could end this thing off with a bang and just place a whole bunch of explosives here as the initial trigger. There we go. Alright, and it sounds like there were a couple doggo bots, but I don't think that they'll actually get caught up in this. The main thing is that this location will be heavily guarded when you come here first. So if you want to trap this location in your story play, while you're completing the story missions and stuff, you'll probably want to build yourself some sort of a stealth designated build, so that way you can go through this location unobserved and have the ability to actually place all of these explosives. But here we go, one of the final location-based traps. Let's make this friggin' worthwhile, my dudes. Awesome. I do think that it managed to catch something there. Let's see if this exploded all the way over. It did. Awesome. And did it manage to chain react through this whole building? It did. Nice. And let's see if the industrial building got hit effectively over here. I feel like it did. And it did! Sweet! And it looks like we got a couple guys over here to deal with before we wrap up the video here. This poor doggo got the worst of it, from the looks of it. Alright, let's kill this guy. Alright, so there we go. My second last trap of this little filler series that I've put together here for you dudes. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the traps that I've come up with, and hopefully some of you have tested them out even. I think that this has been a great example of the kind of expanded gameplay that you can get out of Generation Zero. There is a lot to work with in this game, and there are so many more traps that I could have come up with if I had unlimited time. Sadly enough, with Alpine Unrest just around the corner, I'm recording this on the Sunday of the 24th here. So, with Alpine Unrest just around the corner, I think that there is going to be a lot to talk about when it comes to that series, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying the various tips and tricks that I'll be coming up with for that series. But I just wanted to say real quick here, thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much for watching me just have kind of a goofy time here in Generation Zero, because normally I've been very serious about my content, and I think that having a little bit of breath of fresh air here, just kind of whipping together some crazy ideas, has been a lot of fun for me over the past couple weeks. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.